Hello, it's Donna Joy Usher here, and today I want to talk to you about reasons and excuses, and I want to talk to you about how which one you use in your life is going to dictate the success that you have in your life and your business. Before I dive into the content of the video, I just want to say if you like this video, make sure you go ahead and click the little like button. It really does help with that YouTube algorithm, and it's going to tell me what you like so I know what to make more of. If you really like me, please make sure to subscribe and click the little bell so that you get notified whenever I release a new video. Right, let's dive back in. So I had an interesting conversation the other day that I want to share with you. And it's not so much the actual conversation that is important and what was said, but the concepts that come from it. You see, I was talking to a psychoneuroimmunologist about diet and health, and it turns out that my claimed superpower for putting on weight is actually a very real thing. So studies have proved that babies that are born prematurely are biochemically pre-programmed to retain and gain fat much more easily, as normally the reason that they are premature is that the mother was lacking something. So this leads to the child's genetics being set to famine. And this leads to a lifetime of weight struggles when in fact there is no famine at all. Now, while this is totally fascinating in and of itself, it's not what I am recording this video to talk to you about. You see, my response to this news that my imagined ability to convert thin air into fat was actually a real thing. Okay, so maybe not thin air, but you get my drift, right? So my reaction to that was awesome. So now I know this. I know I can't eat as much as other people. At which point the specialist laughed and said, "Oh, so many people go the other way with that." And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" He said, "Well, they say, oh, well, there's nothing I can do about it then. I'm destined to gain weight." Now, the point of this is not whether or not I am fat. It's my interpretation of the information I was given and how I decided to implement it in my life. I could have gone either way. I could have decided I was doomed to be middle-aged and overweight, so I may as well eat what I want, at which point I would have become middle-aged and overweight. Or I could decide to use the information and to take control of the situation once and for all. So in the first, I would be using it as an excuse, and the second, a reason to take a different action. Now, most people go through life reacting to things. They behave as though they are a victim to things that they cannot change. Most people take the path of least resistance, which gives them a result they don't want, rather than recreate the structure of their life so they get a result that they do want. They do not realize just how powerful they actually are. They do not realize that they can create whatever they want. They give up the first time they fail. They're not willing to get into discomfort to have what they want, and they let their limiting self-beliefs about themselves limit their own potential. So I'm going to say that again. Most people take the path of least resistance, which gives them a result that they don't want, rather than recreate the structure of their life so they get a result they do want. They do not realize just how powerful they actually are. They do not realize that they can create whatever they want. They give up the first time they fail, and they're not willing to get into discomfort to have what they truly want. They let their limiting self-beliefs about themselves limit their own potential. Now, none of it has to be like that. All we have to do to have what we want is decide that it will happen. Then we need to work out exactly what it is that we need to be doing to create that result and do it. So this is where most people fall over. You see, for all of this to work, you need to believe in your own ability to actually make it work. Your belief is the foundation on which everything else is built. Belief in what you are doing, belief in what is possible, but most importantly, the belief in yourself and your ability to have what it is that you want. If you don't have that, your goals will be like the wrong end of the magnet. You will be constantly thwarted and repelled as you strive harder and harder to get there, and that goal will stay maddeningly out of reach. And the crazy thing is that it will be you that is doing the thwarting. Shiny object syndrome, procrastination, constantly changing your idea or your goal or the big idea that you're following. I mean, I've been so guilty of doing all of these things, and it all seems perfectly rational when you are doing it, because you do not realize that it is a form of self-sabotage, because it is your unconscious brain that strives to create the reality of what it believes. That you aren't good enough or smart enough or will never be able to do it. I mean, maybe you have money issues or are secretly afraid of the very success that you are trying to create. Or maybe the path you are following was one dictated by somebody else and it's just not the right path for you. Our beliefs create our reality. Unfortunately, it is often not our conscious beliefs that are driving our actions. It is our unconscious belief systems formed when we were children that is the fallback default belief system. And until we can uncover that, we can't really understand why we do the things that we do that are subtly preventing us from having what we want in our lives. So, I guess the question is, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to be one of those people that just accepts their lot in life? Or are you going to do something about it? I mean, either is totally fine as long as it is a conscious choice. But if you do decide that you want to start peeling back the layers of your conscious mind so that you can uncover those inhibiting belief systems, then jump on my calendar so we can talk about how I can help you finally create that life and that business that you dream of. I mean, this is what I do with my clients. I help them to recognize and then dissolve the limiting self-beliefs that they have that are preventing them from having what they want, that are preventing them from having the success in their business they want, and ultimately preventing them from having the life that they want. So if that sounds like something that would be good for you, that maybe there is something inhibiting you from being able to take the action that you need to have the success that you want, then jump on my calendar so we can talk. donnajoyusher.com/success-session. I look forward to meeting you very, very soon, and I will see you on the next video.